Today we are reacting to a new artist on the channel, Mozart. This comes at the request of one of my patrons, Arpel Frist. Arpel writes, "Can you please react to Mozart? He's an amazing modern composer. I recommend Lacrimosa." So we're going to do that today. As a huge fan of classical music, I'm always down to check out new composers, new names on the scene. And if you're going to label yourself as a modern composer, it really implies that you've got to bring something new to the table. So does Mozart have what it takes? We're about to find out. If you don't know me, my name is overrated. I'm the composer for the symphonic metal project Valkada. I think you'll find that our music is quite fresh and brings a lot to the table. Let's see if Mozart can do the same. So I'm going to be reacting to a performance of Lacrimosa, performed by the Symphony Orchestra and Grand Choir of the Collegium Musicum Berlin. I'm very familiar with the Collegium Musicum, of course. They're an extremely famous and well-known space in the classical world, probably the most famous venue in the world. So if Mozart, a new name on the scene, was able to get this group of musicians to perform his work, he's gotta know somebody who pulled the strings to get this on the stage, because it's a really prestigious space. You know, could be a little bit of nepotism there, maybe. You know, maybe Mozart Sr. is the choir director there, who knows. Oh, I just saw that the conductor here is Danka Mateva? Don't get me wrong, I love Danka, but I would have expected Mozart to stand up there and conduct this piece himself, okay? So we haven't even gotten started yet, and I'm already a little disappointed. You know, I'm a composer, right? Any piece that I compose, I make sure that I stand up there and I conduct the musicians that I've written the music for. Mozart instead has chosen to simply write the music, and he must be standing off to the side or something, and he's letting Danka do all the work. I think that's kind of pathetic. I mean, if you're going to write the music, stand up there in front of the audience and conduct the musicians, for crying out loud. But no, instead he chooses to stand off to the side, pass it off to Danka. Anyway, I'm sure she's going to do a great job, as she always does. Anyway, sorry for the long intro, I just had to get those frustrations out of the way. Let's get cracking with this piece. I better be blown away by this, I'll tell you that much. Okay, immediately there's way too much going on. Like, that's way too many notes to start off this song. What I would have done in this case is just a single note, you know, really gentle to really lead us in. But immediately I'm like, whoa, like, that's so much going on for the human brain to take in. Like, it's a bit much, but I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's see how he transitions into the next section here. But that string part is way too busy. Kind of really goes against classical principles by doing that. I get that he's a modern composer and he wants to make a name for himself, and I did say that he should really innovate on this work, but you really gotta know the rules to break them. Okay, so we're going to start off with a really busy string part, and now you're going to attack me with all of the choir, all of them. You're not even going to start with the sopranos or the bass, just all of them at once. Again, way too much going on. Really a brutal assault on the senses that I can't make heads or tails of right now. Let's keep going. Okay, I see, yeah. Okay. I see what he's doing. It's like the pattern he's going for is having every note rise. So we're rising 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's cute. It's pretty. Like, for an amateur, that's pretty impressive. But people have been doing rising melodies since the beginning of time. This is really just... It's pedestrian. It's amateur hour. It's cute, though. I'll give it to them. It's cute. I don't hate it. And the actual musicians themselves are doing a phenomenal job. But there's only so much they can do with what they're given, you know? It's like watching a movie with bad dialogue and good actors. Anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, you can see the people at the front there. You can see the people the 4 people at the very front. They're bored out of their minds. They don't know what to do. And those 4 people aren't even holding instruments. They're only holding the lyric book. It's possible that they might have some solo parts in this. But otherwise, the placement of those poor 4 people who are given nothing to do in this song, placed at the very front. It's a bit awkward for them, but Mozart is the composer, so whatever he says goes, I guess. That was way too harsh. That was way too loud, that one part right there. It's not that pleasant, you know. We got two random timpani hits there for no reason. See, this part is alright. I would have started the song right here. I'd remove the entire front section, but this very heavenly choir bit is the best bit. Really weird how we resolved on a major chord there, almost like a nursery rhyme. So the atmosphere of this piece is really confusing. 1 minute it's ghostly, next minute it's totally chaotic, and now we're landing on a major chord like a nursery rhyme. Like, who is Mozart's audience? Okay, that clarinet was nice. I would have preferred a clarinet solo. I don't know why you would just have 4 notes on the clarinet and then just go into whatever we're going into next. Why not put a nice clarinet solo in there? Like, you have this whole orchestra at your disposal, so many different instruments, and you're gonna make the clarinet play 4 notes and then more timpani? Okay. So much going on. Okay. Baritones having their own moment. Totally random. And listen, I gotta say, Donka is doing an incredible job here. She's really trying to wrangle the musicians, get them to put a bit more feeling into it. But like I said, there's only so much that she can do with what she has to work with. I mean, how long are you going to hold that note for, am I right? It's Christmas all of a sudden. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. You see what I mean? Like, the tone is all over the place. So it's interesting how one of the busiest, most joyful parts of the song is the part that is the most boring. You know, it's going on and on and on. And it's just, we're lingering here for ages and ages. And those poor 4 people at the front, they just have nothing to do. Yeah, let me see what this song is about. Let's look at the lyrics real quick, because maybe the lyrics will help us understand the compositional direction of this. Oh, it's in Latin. Yeah, okay, so Mozart is really going for that traditional classical feel by having all of the lyrics be in Latin. It's a bit pretentious, you know. I would prefer something a bit more authentic. What does this guy look like? Yeah, he doesn't even have any photos of himself out there. Just this weird AI portrait style thing. I guess he's trying to be mysterious, really going for that 18th century aesthetic with this portrait. Pretty funny. Not my thing. I get what he's going for. I'd rather see photos of him smiling to the camera, being normal, giving us a little bit of who he is. But Mozart's gonna Mozart, am I right? And the actual lyrics translate to, "Full of tears will be that day when from the ashes shall arise." Jeez, what is this? Emo? This is like My Chemical Romance stuff. "The guilty man to be judged. Therefore spare him, O God." What God is that? Is that Zeus, maybe? "Merciful Lord Jesus, grant them eternal rest. Amen." Oh, yeah, so it is a Christmas song. There's a reference to Jesus and God. Okay, so I get the Christmas part now. That makes sense to me. So I'm glad I read the lyrics. So I guess he's kind of a caroler, okay? Actually, when you think about it, the outfit here, it is giving Santa Claus a little bit. So it's coming together a little bit. His thematic work, maybe I can't criticize it that much because the visuals are fishing with the music all of a sudden. So fair play, Mozart. Perhaps I can be more charitable with the rest of the song while we finish. See, not very Christmassy anymore, a bit chaotic. Timpani. Major chord, okay, yeah. And no applause. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. So I did try to listen carefully, keeping the Christmas theme in mind towards the end, but the track went completely off the rails. And I'm not trying to blame Donka or the musicians here. I just don't get how we're marrying the Santa idea, the Christmas idea, with this chaotic choir work. Didn't sound great, did it? Very confusing composition, confusing song, tonally all over the place. Frankly, just very bad. I'm sorry, Mozart, if you're watching this and you're offended. And to any Mozart fans out there, especially Arpel, who requested this, I always keep it real on this channel. Today's piece didn't do anything for me. Maybe if you have any other Mozart tracks apart from Lacrimosa you can suggest, I'd be very grateful. Yeah, we didn't even get to use these 4 people at the front here. Their job was to just sit there and be bored, read the lyrics, appreciate Christmas. A bit of a strange time to be performing Christmas songs as well. No offense, Collegium Musicum Berlin. But even if Mozart's dad is able to pull a few strings, I think it's important for Donka to consider whether now is a good time to be performing Christmas songs in early April. Oh well, that's about it for today. Let me know what you guys thought of this track and my analysis. Again, my name is Ohakade. I'm the composer for the symphonic metal project Falcata. If you fancy some real music, I suggest you check us out. Link is in the description. I'm also on Patreon if you fancy some reaction requests. And there's also a link to my full reaction database spreadsheet if you're curious about all of the other music I've covered on the channel. Other than that, please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. Keep an eye out for some fools, and I'll talk to you guys again later. Thanks so much and take care.